In our last video, when we were dealing with Racktail, I was hoping that the final super boss of Super Paper Mario would be something deserving of the player's time and having to deal with another 100 floors of bullshit enemies to find him, only to be told that you have to actually go down another 100 floors to actually find Shadoo, because for some reason, people actually like Ghouls and Goblins and want to keep that tradition alive. Shadoo is a bit better than Racktail, but essentially what he is the carrot to drag you through 2 dungeons of hell, which is bullshit by itself, only to learn that the difficulty only barely changes between the 2 runs, which means that you aren't even rewarded with extra challenge for dealing with this optional objective. It's ridiculousness almost deserving of the team at Square Enix for how nonsensical this super boss is. That's strange to say, since the 2 trips down the flopside pit actually has the best plot reason for happening in the entire game. It's actually logical. See, Shadoo here is a shape-shifting type of demon who studied the heroes called by the ancients in order to steal their powers, thereby justifying the true trips, and then taking their forms to get unclear revenge on the ancients who imprisoned this demon under the flopside pit since it was powerful enough to actually kill them. So Shadoo here is basically Ditto with 4 forms for each hero. The problem is that, like the flopside pit itself, it's amazingly easy to beat Shadoo by breaking the difficulty over the game's head by playing as Bowser and just fire breathing on Shadoo until it goes away. Shadoo's attack patterns aren't intelligent enough to get around Bowser's AoE obnoxiousness, so he essentially runs into Bowser's fire constantly on his own terms. Shadoo's AI is spectacularly pathetic. Luigi's form is no problem since it's a total ripoff of the Mr. L fight from earlier, complete with his slow-ass recovery move that doesn't work at all. Basically spends the whole fight preparing jumps, and that's pretty annoying. Peach is a little better. Shadoo spends most of that phase in the air and slowly descending, and I mean freaking slowly, just to land some hits, which he never will because he's that goddamn slow. Just move out of the way and blast its ass when you have the chance. Bowser's a bit worse since the Fire Breath's advantage is negated by the Bowser's other Fire Breath, although Shadoo doesn't use it constantly and instead resorts to a more common repertoire of charges and jumps, which is even more pathetic on its face when it looks this stupid. And then there's Mario, who I think just runs into Bowser's fire on repeat until Shadoo kills himself. This super boss at times almost feels like it's programmed by a Newgrounds idiot terrified that people wouldn't be able to beat their game, so they just make the enemies do half the combat for the player's own benefit. Shadoo's even less of a bonus than Racktail was, if that's even possible, since he talks himself up a lot as a primordial demon too powerful for the earliest magic wielders to deal with, and then comes in with this amateur hour crap. And what was the 2 trips down Flopside's tunnel even worth in the end? Trading cards! Of all 4 main characters and their shadow forms, which is the same type of completionist goal that you can get in any Assassin's Creed game with their feathers, maps, and shanties. It's a complete waste of time. Honestly, people playing this game don't even bother with either Pit of Trials in this game. Tons of time used to get to the bottom and the headaches all away. Thanks a lot, Intelligent. This is one part of your game where you definitely fucked the shit right proper.